Hi. Um, so I got up back up here to level 34, and this is the rundown on the thing that I made. I'll have to apologize in my video. Sorry if I have anybody watching. I think I have some kind of a little cold. I've been interrupted by brief sneezing sessions and a runny nose. And yeah, there's no vomiting or anything like that. It's not like the flu. It's just it's sudden. Okay, character sheet. I've done a lot of, or I did a lot of videos on this, on mixing monk with wizard, and because I got all the stuff, uh, all the classes that I wanted to do, all the lives that I wanted to do, and I'm basically just having fun. I went back this time instead of doing a quarterstaff undead monk. I went back and did a two-handed fighter, the ninja spy monk, and it's a lot sneakier. So if you read my bio here, what was I gonna do here? This will be a sneaky undead monk that deals negative levels. 12 wizzy, 6 monk, 2 rogue, 2 weapon fighter. And it's not even as big a hitter as what I would normally do. Like if you're going for just big, the first damage numbers that you could get, I recommend you go wind out a two-handed fighter, something a half orc, to get the big 100,000 hits. However, I had a lot of fun on this. That's why I wanted to redo it, and I just wanted to see what that was like as a ninja spy. This is a Tabaxi Trailblazer, which can start at level 16 as an iconic, and is primarily meant to do, I think, quarterstaff builds on it. Okay, except I said, forget that. This thing is dex based, so I could make a dex based monk. And it gets to start with a dex of 20, which is the maximum you can do. And it's fast. And it's fun. So over here in the Tabaxi Jailblazer tree, I put 18 action points into it, but I skipped the stuff for quarterstaffs. Like the Wayfinder's weapons, that's quarterstaffs, and any wooden weapons you are wielding are immune to damage, and then it goes up to great weapon aptitude, which I could have taken. No, it's for strike through, but it required two-handed fighting or natural fighting to get that. And their finishing move up here. Wide sweep. That does some things if you take a quarterstaff, but we're not doing that. Forget it. I took everything else associated with dex and some sneak attack dice, and for the faster movement with their feline agility. And what's this? See, look, at even low blows, the trip DCs are doubled if you have a quarterstaff. So that was another build that I liked playing, but I wanted to try this. Now, the Ninja Spy. This is the spy that is sneaky and is supposed to do poison damage with their strikes or with their finishing moves if you want to do it. Okay, so it gains more key if it is sneaking. But I didn't even, I only put 38 points in here and only with 6 levels of monk. I'm only up to the second tier on the bottom. But while centered, you can use your dexterity modifier for damage. Uh, what does it say? What does it say here? What's going on? What is my thing here? You can use dex to hit on the bottom, and you can use dex for damage. And then it also gains double shot equal to your dexterity score while wielding a shuriken. So a lot of people make throwers, or did make throwers, out of the Ninja Spy. But then, I mean, the middle of the tree is loaded with sneak attack dice. See that straight up right there? And then you want to get everything on the top tier that you think's cool. I actually should have taken the Shadow Double because it would boost the Assassinate DCs for this move up here. Touch of Death, which is also modified by your Assassinate DCs. So I could get, maybe shuffle something, tweak some more, whatever. I'm not going to micromanage it that much. I already did do quite a bit of that. The bad thing, well, I don't know. I don't find anything bad on this. I have so much fun on this build and on that quarterstaff version. So it's not even like that. It's more like more icing on the cake in layers if you got the points for it. Okay, so 38. Oh, God, hold on. What was that? That's a little phlegmy. Oh, and then a little runny nose. Oh, yeah. Good. All right, Eldritch Knight 9. And I did that to get the improved shield and the improved mage armor abilities out of here, and to imbue the blade, spell sword. Okay, like I mentioned that before in other videos, I like to have the ability to pick what type of elemental damage I'm dealing against who I'm fighting against, rather than being locked into one standard thing. Like with the other, what is it, Sacred Fister, it's fire damage all the time if you have it active. Okay, I like to have it varied. Right now I'm using Frost. Okay, more fun. Just more fun and more fun. 18 points in the Pale Master. I am actually a vampire, which is boosting intelligence, wisdom, perform, and charisma. And it says your melee attacks have a chance to heal you for 1d3 with negative energy per wizard level. A chance. Which I can't even read that out on the combat log because I have other healing things that are similar. So I don't know really where it's ever coming from. Another bad thing about that is on Reaper it's nerfed really bad, so it might not even show up. So, and then of course, inflict weariness. I went through this on other previous videos with other characters. So this is giving you one negative level inflicted on a Vorpal hit. That means if you have a way to raise your 19 and 20 Vorpal range, like a barbarian, that means at least you'd get a 10% chance to hit that. Alright, so that's one. The Maybar gem is 2 if I roll a 20. And you know, I like to stack all those up. The monk move that the only one that I have loaded is the Touch of Despair. So I can always control that. Like I'm not waiting on a die roll. Right, I gotta hit 3 times with the Dark Monk move, which is called Path of Inevitable Dominion, Fists of Darkness. And then it will charge up the Monk finishing move, which is this, the Wave of Despair. Nearby enemies suffer 1 negative level. Okay, so I'm always using this. Then, what else? I went into falconry over here just to get the sprint boost out of here. And extra quality bonus, a 5% quality bonus to maximum hit points. So I basically have, 3 more to your assassinate DCs. Even though I'm not an assassin, that monk ninja spy move up here is working off of assassinate DCs. Okay. The assassin rogue, the only reason why I'm in here is to get that quick sneaking right there. I don't know if this stacks. It's really hard to tell when I'm going as not acrobatic. It is the other stealthy from the ninja spy. If that doesn't stack, there's your extra points to go get that shadow double. I'll worry about that at a later date. I mean, we're just splitting hairs. Okay, if that is a clear enough rundown, 4 on Rogue, 13 on Falconry, 18 Pale Wizard, 9 in Eldritch Knight. Even there's extra points in here, though, that you could take that could get it up. If you did get up to 21 points here, you get another Undead Augmentation. Because you are 12 levels a wizard. Let's go back to show what I am. Wizard 12, Monk 6, Rogue 2. Starting stats were max out Dexterity. Con was an 18. Intel was a 14. And Wisdom was a 14. Still getting an AC bonus for being a monk. If you hover over my armor class here, you'll see there's a Wisdom bonus of 18. A Dexterity bonus of 33. 23% chance to dodge. And defense chance at level I don't even care. 71% chance. And then an overall 6 for just centered bonus on this. I haven't even messed around with that if I switch over to mountain stance. Oh yeah, there you go. AC goes up to 202. I could get higher though. There's 10% from this. 218. Alright. Sunset. Oh, and there's some more here. 234. Wow. Okay, we'll stop messing around with that. I am primarily running in Sun Stance. Again, and that's for critical multiplier on a 19 or 20. I haven't had very many problems with Ki. So I haven't even messed with going into air. You're not focused. I'm not really focused. I should mess around with it more because I'm not focused on big numbers at all. And if I can attack quicker in wind stance, the more hits you get in, the more that you can proc, have a chance of proccing other effects. And I gain more dexterity. I haven't even messed with it. But boy, I mean, there's more options. All right. Double strike right now is at 43%. That matters. Your melee power 161, range power 155. PRR and MRR what? 149 and MRR 65. I don't even care. I don't even care about those things. In the Epic Destinies. Okay, hold on. No. Excuse me, no sneezes yet. Woo! So what did I do? Legendary Dreadnought and Grandmaster of Flowers and Shadow Dancer. Primarily in the Grandmaster of Flowers. That's your 5th tier up here for EIN. And oddly enough, I might just switch out to full-on Shadow Dancer because their Assassinate move is just Dex based. And it would be higher. For instance, I'll show you my everything is nothing right now without any ship buffs is only at 50. That's not going to cut the, no, 68, sorry. That's not going to cut the cake up here if you're doing Reaper, whatever, 10 or 9 or 8. My Split the Soul doesn't have anything on it. There's no save. Dire Charge is only at 68. Low stun modifiers. I didn't even go in to go pick these up in Legendary Dreadnought. And I didn't even work into any of the things in there like Strike with Poise to worry about the stun DC. There's another 6 right there. Okay, the Drifting Lotus is low too. It's only at 68. However, the Shadow Strike is coming in at 91 already, which is highest ability score plus Assassinate bonuses. So I could even be more effective at just doing those moves, the big epic strikes, if I was in this and just supplement out of here. However, it doesn't even matter. I will post the stats from the DDO wiki for the negative level effect. When I post the video on my YouTube. So the other thing is, maybe I'll just do a little write out there too of the potential negative levels that can happen for each move. I upgraded a Envenom Blade to 30. These are from the Lords of Dust Chain, one of them. And it already has the effect of Enervation on it, which is another 1 to 3. I think Enervation is another potential 1 to 3 negative levels. Okay, and I think the proc rate's really low on it. It has to be like 2 to 5%, and you can't control it, right? So that's another potential spot there for more negs. The offhand weapon is a time shard. And I did this because they both have legendary paralysis on them, which is 100 fort save. But each negative level, this is according to the wiki, is a -2 to all saves, as well as a 10% loss of their hit point. In order for you to kill the monster, like if it's a CR 65, you got to do 65 negative levels total. Right? And that's not uncommon up here at the Uber levels to run into that. However, if it takes that many negative levels, and they're supposed to be losing 10% at the epic level every time in hit point, it doesn't take that many hits to get it down. So, yes, I guess that's just what it is. What it is what it be, which what I noticed is that the paralyzation and both these monk moves are working a hell of a lot better after 4. Obviously, they're losing. Like everything is nothing is a will save. The touch of death at 85 fortitude is a fortitude save, right? So there are different types of saves. The paralyzation effect is also a fortitude save. But the other big bonus with this poison dealy here with the Envenom Blade is it's doing constitution damage if it does. It has a chance. Legendary virulent poison. Okay, so if it does take con damage, that's also lowering the fortitude save. So you got to know what type of stat it's hitting to make it all go. But that's why I've just been having a blast with this. I mean, it's so much. It doesn't matter if it's a 10,000 hit point monster or if it's a 5,000 hit point monster, right? The ender set will proc for a monster 5,000 or less. But up in like in the midst of the new place, a lot of those mobs are way up over 5k hit points. So that's just it. Like you're plowing out so many negs. They also say on the wiki that the epic monsters heal negative levels back quick. But in 15 seconds, if I do 6, I doubt that they're getting those back, you know, while I'm still beating on it. And then we also have, what was the last thing that was just so neat? I don't know. It's crazy. I'll just go out here and beat on this stuff. And these moves, God, I hate that thing. No, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm having fun doing a little video here for my friends. I'm trying to think of what else I missed. Gear? Spells? You know that I run a cycle of my own buffs and everything down here usually before we start any quest. The haste doesn't even matter anymore. Feats. So I took a double strike, embodiment of law, more imbue dice. That's what I wanted to go over, the feats and the plus sign before I start having a sneeze festival again. I took first blood because a lot of times I've been using this spring attack and it rams you forward and you're usually first, and dire charge. Okay, so first blood's, you know, procking. I did take legendary toughness and perfect 2-weapon fighting up here at the epic levels. Blinding speed, overwhelming critical. The scion of the ethereal plane. Ethereal. Ethereal. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, in these feats, epic feats for destiny feats, active I have ancient tactics. Colors of the Queen, more random stuff, of course. Enchant weapon from Arcane Past Life. Power over life and death. And then the iconic feat is Asmar Scrooge. 2 more double strike per stack of this life. 6. So you go down here. What else? The normal feats. Don't need to look at that. We don't need to look at racial past lives. We're not here to brag. So all of the greater 2-weapon fightings and improved. Deflect arrows could be coming from the monk feat or from the Eldritch Knight enchantment tree somewhere, or from the Tabaxi Jailbreaker racial tree. I don't even know. And then improve critical piercing weapons. You got to keep in mind that short swords are pierce. You're not going to be doing so good against skeletons. Precision. Weapon finesse. Because short swords are light weapons. Okay, I am Grandmaster of Forms. There it is. Master. Nope, Grandmaster. All of the stuff from the monks in here. Nope. Not even looking at that. Couple of wizard feats that I did take are some meta magics. You get a couple extra feats from being Wizard 12. So what did I do? I took Maximize. What did I take? Heighten and Maximize and 2 mental toughnesses. You know the drill. If people are watching from the beginning when I made these to the evolutionary point that I'm at now, you know that that's what I'm doing. If you're new, I don't know if I would make this build because there's a lot of different ways to play it. Like if you're just starting out the game and you want to go beat on something with your sword, you won't experience all the rest of the nuances on it. And it's because you have 2 options basically of running the game. You can go through stealthy and just sneak. You can see that I'm sneaking now. It's pretty mean looking, huh? And he don't even know that I'm there until my death aura hits him. See, the death aura got him for 8 points or something. And then I broke sneak, and now I'm gonna engage. So there's other ways. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and time out that negative level strikes and stuff on him from the monk just to show this video. This guy got a lot of hit points. If he quit moving. And there's one. I missed. There's 2. It's showing it as up. So. Back over here, dum-dum. And it didn't proc. That's too bad. That guy's just too hard to just get to stop. Mobs are annoying out here. Come on. You can see he got paralyzed. And that one got paralyzed. And there it is. Hit them all. And you could hear 2 more at the end. So like I said, you don't have to play it just as a full frontal melee. And here's this. Like he became active once that death aura hit him, but he doesn't know where I am yet. The death aura woke him up. And here, I'm just gonna go in with Touch of Death on this, which is like an assassin. Okay? So you could do that or just run up and start in. And another neg at the end. It was too much. I gotta go somewhere where they got 10,000 hit points so you can hear it popping off. And another neg on a 20. That was a 20. I mean, if I roll a 20, I know that there's at least 2 going. He didn't last very long. If you look right here on my screen, here is my die roll. So sometimes I'm looking down there to see. Here, rolled a 3. But I mean, high crit range. And if you roll a 20, it's just more oomph. Especially with... I'm wearing Page Regalia, which is on a 20, it's another legendary electric storm. And I'm wearing those Stagger Shocker, or gauntlets of the Storm Reaver. Which is another electric shocker. When I roll a 20, it's like it's over. A double shock, 2 negs at least, and whatever else. Whatever else happened. Right? Even though the numbers aren't that big, it's fun. God, no rares either. Wow. If we get a rare, they got more hit points. See that? I just launched through that on a spring attack, and the Ender set procced on him. I will do Dire Charge. What? How did you miss that? I don't know. He went right through me? And an egg on that.
Delicious. It's hard to eat just one.
I think sometimes it can't read all the damage. Can't read it fast enough. Alright, so that's fun. Also wearing this older set of these what is it called? The Chained Elemental set, actually. I didn't do Mind and Matter and leave that on. The Acid Ring is always hitting with your attacks. The Ring of Frost has a chance to inflict cold stacks. Okay. Wear the fire one too. That's okay. If you feel like it. I mean, I'm all about adding the whatever. Oh, see, that's a good reading right there. That's what I wanted to see. That's why all that stuff is proccing. So you have the 1,220 points of pierce damage, which is from just the short sword. 325 points of cold damage, which is from the ring. 66 points of negative damage, which is from... Why? Oh, you imbue 2 to 9 damage in vampire form, which scales with something. Might scale with melee power or something, I don't know. Maybe spell power. 98 points of acid damage, that's that other ring. And then, I don't know what the other thing is. You hit for 346 points of damage for First Blood. So, that's how I've been playing. Even though these numbers are ginormous, you know, you're really putting pressure on the mobs. Right? Like, that doesn't work on bosses. So, there you go. Then that's when you use all your action boosts for power, for your Reaper Strike, for your Reaper's Deadly Strikes, whatever you want to throw down with. Just want to see what happens. Not enough. So I come to a Slayer area to test, but they don't have enough hit points to hang unless I run into this guy. This big, giant dinosaur. Where is he? Not even up. Here's one, though. Drifting Lotus. And why did he freeze? The ring? Going back to my combat log. So, yeah, I don't know. The force damage that procs is from the Drifting Lotus Strike. But in that situation right there, it hit for 6,909 points of force damage, which isn't even your primary attack. So there was a 395 points of acid, 42 points of negative, 633 points of cold damage. Don't know where that's coming from, unless the ring is proccing all the time. Or if it procced up here somewhere. There's another 3,462. Did it double strike on the Drifting Lotus strike? I don't know. Anyway, hard to tell what's going on, but a lot of things are happening. Here's another hit for 33 points of poison damage, which I know where that comes from. Oh, duh, I still have Frost Spell Sword on for cold. So that's a good number. I'm going to open up the plus sign here. And that's the other thing that I'm really happy about is these. The offhand hit chance 97% and only a 45% strike through. But the other thing that I'm really happy with is a 21d6 sneak attack dice. So it's almost better to not be the first guy in there. But I'm just doing a video, you know, and having fun. So the bonus imbue dice is at 10. So there you go. These two numbers are pretty good. The sneak attack damage bonus at 9 and sneak attack to hit bonus 13. Fortification bypass. It's huge. 66%. I don't know how it works. A 28% helpless damage bonus. Man, that's just incredible. Anyway, I think that's the end of this video. Thank you all. Have a good